Don't pay more than you have to for flooring. Call Lumber Liquidators now. We even offer installation and financing. Visit your local Lumber Liquidators or call right now for your free catalog. 1-877-219-8768. That's 1-877-219-8768. 1-877-219-8768.
Everybody's talking at me.
My guest, Kerry Picket, Washington Times, sort of talking about the chameleons, I guess you would say, if there are chameleons in Arizona. I'm not sure. One thing Kilpatrick came back and said now, my hope is that the events that have unfolded in Phoenix recently are a wake-up call to Washington politicians who haven't been taking this seriously. Kerry, wouldn't you say that she is one of those that hasn't been taking it seriously?
Yeah, I think that it's once again, they've been really watching these polls pretty seriously. And I sort of wrote about this back in June when I first began questioning whether or not they were sunk because they were in these really tough re-election areas. But I just want to point out what Giffords sort of first said. Because this was when SB 1070 was first enacted. She said, Arizona is now known around the world for enacting an extreme immigration law in response to the federal government's failure to act. This law does nothing to secure our border. That was her first reaction. Then the lawsuit was filed, and all the polling was out, and she sort of realized that all these Arizonans were in support, though, of SB 1070. And then that's when she said what I repeated before, was federal lawyers arguing for the state lawyers will do nothing to strengthen the border security or to fix our broken immigration laws. And then she goes on about how SB 1070 intrudes on the federal government's responsibility to enforce immigration laws. So she's really trying to toe that line there. So and then she eventually goes on to say how the federal government taken that responsibility seriously in the past, neither today's lawsuit nor the state law that prompted it would be necessary. So as you'll see, these particular lawmakers are essentially trying to make it seem like they're against the law, but they don't like the lawsuit, but they're also against the law. But I'm sorry, they can't have it both ways.
And probably they're against the lawsuit because it brings, well, to use an old phrase, it has awoken a sleeping giant, the American people.
Right.
And that's what they're worried about. And then you got Congresswoman Kirkpatrick. They're all sort of singing the same song. No, I didn't say that, but, yes. But vote for me because, hey, whatever you people say, but once I get in there, forget it.
Yes, she first said, when it first came out, I do not support the Senate bill that passed, although I understand the frustration of the legislature in wanting to do something the federal government hasn't, and I think it goes a little too far. That was her first reaction. But then, of course, the lawsuit was filed, and then she came out and said, this lawsuit is a sideshow distracting us from the real task at hand. A court battle between the federal government and Arizona will not move us closer to securing the border or fixing America's broken immigration system. So once again, she's sort of really splitting hairs there. Then, of course, we have Arizona Attorney General Terry Goddard, the Democrat running for governor. And he, of course, came out against SB 1070, and not only did he come out against SB 1070, the governor of Arizona, Jan Brewer, had to kick him off the SB 1070 team altogether.
Yes,
and
that was one of the smartest things she did.
Absolutely.
Go ahead, yeah. I love it, yeah.
Yeah, he like after he was kicked off the team, he told a local paper the governor is relying on a provision in the law that says Brewer may direct counsel other than the Attorney General to appear on behalf of this state to defend the law. Goddard said the governor is legally off base, and he remains the official defense attorney for Arizona on SB 1070. He said one statewide official can't tell another what to do. I'm elected, he said. I'm accountable to the voters.
He's more, if you want to know the truth, he's like a sergeant in arms to President Barack Obama. So we're almost out of time here. Did we cover just about all of them? We got this U.S. Representative Harry Mitchell. You have something about him, too.
My main comment with him was that he was very silent. He didn't say anything about SB 1070 when it was first enacted, but then once that lawsuit was filed, he came out against the lawsuit. So he was one of those guys who pretty much hid in the shadows initially. That was my
But he is saying that, he says, these Arizona Democrats may only be reminded by voters in November that bandwagon fans need not apply because, you know, articles like yours, I'm telling you, you know, they hate it. Oh, my goodness. Kerry, would you stay away from the water cooler. Now, you know, the other one, not a Democrat, kind of, is, you know, we got McCain. And did you know that on his brand new website, you know, to elect McCain, that he claims that he never backed amnesty? Don't these people realize that, you know, some people can read and some people can think for themselves and some people can see the videos, but, you know, you just shouldn't compound on a little lie, maybe. Maybe that's what it is.
Right. Yeah, he better be careful about what he says about things like that. In the end, what it comes down to is secure the border first before any legislation is even considered at this point.
And then Napolitano and the president, these borders more secure than it's ever been.